Everybody's talking about the video today that Don Jr. recorded and put on Twitter moments before President Trump went out and addressed the crowd. This is before the riots. John Karl from ABC News is with us right now. When you look at that video, it's a celebration back there. They're having the time of their lives. Is there any chance that they know what's going to unfold and that's what's exciting them? I'd hate to think that.
Well, I don't think they know that the marauders are going to go and break into the Capitol and desecrate the symbol of American democracy. But look, they are telling people to fight. Not only are they dancing around and celebrating and having the time of their lives, they are telling the people who are listening, their supporters, to fight, to fight. And you even see a clip in there where the president seems to have big boxing gloves in the background. It's really something else. I mean, it sure as hell looks like incitement.
Did he bite his tongue on telling people not to be violent for an extra minute or two because he kind of enjoyed the fact that they were, fighting for their fallen king?
Here's what I'm told, Billy. The president was in the White House watching those events unfold. He was watching television as his supporters stormed into the Capitol. He was watching it, and he was doing nothing about it. And he was taking calls from Republican leaders, from his friends, his allies in that building who were forced to evacuate the House and Senate chambers, pleading with him, get out and call this off. Tell people to stand down. Tell people to back off. Denounce what is happening. And he resisted it. He resisted it all during that afternoon until he finally released that video, which really did more harm than good. Where he told people to go home, but he also said, "We love you. You are special."
Goes up there. He's got a couple lines that'll be remembered by folks. We love you. You are special. And there are good folks on both sides. Hey, what is the president's mood? I would think handling the president right now, if I were in the White House, I'd kind of want to just be extra special and like, hi, sir, you look great today, because it's 13 days. He's got unfettered access to a lot of power globally for 13 more days. And I think that would make people nervous. What's the mood inside the White House, his and others?
People are nervous, and there's a lot of talk on people very close to him about how to prevent him from doing any damage in his final days in office. A lot of people are avoiding him, including members of his senior staff, as well as his allies on Capitol Hill, simply avoiding him, worried that any call can turn the wrong way. Those who are talking to him describe him as frankly unstable, and he is regretting. Billy, the president finally released a video where he said he was committed to a transition. It was a video where he also denounced and said that we had to do something about election fraud, but he did at least condemn the violence and commit to a transition to the next administration. I am told today he is telling people that he regrets doing that my people don't like it, he's saying it, and suggesting it was a mistake.
It's not playing well with the base, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. This was a video. He didn't even congratulate Joe Biden. He didn't mention Joe Biden's name, but he did at least say that he was committed to a transition, a peaceful transition. But he is already telling people that he regrets doing that he regrets making the video.
He announced today, he put out today, for those who are asking, no, I will not be attending the inauguration, which is perhaps the greatest act of petulance in the history of the Oval Office. Do you think that changes, or is that a commitment on his part to not participate and never support Joe Biden?
He's not going to go to the inauguration. He's never going to support Joe Biden. He's never going to congratulate him. He's never going to acknowledge that he actually won. And this is remarkable. I mean, Billy, this is only the third time a president has not attended, an outgoing president has not attended the incoming president's inauguration. You have to go all the way back to Andrew Johnson, 1868, to find a president that refused to stick around for his successor's inauguration.
I think of the letter that George H.W. Bush wrote and left in the desk of the Oval Office to Bill Clinton. He was so deeply bruised over that loss. It hurt him so much. And yet, country first, bring people together, send this president off on his right foot. How much damage do you think Donald Trump has done to the institution, to the country, and you have to be careful, because I know there are millions of people who think he's the greatest ever, which Shows how divided we are, but I don't know. What are your colleagues talking about?
I think there's been serious damage done, but I also think that the world was horrified by what they saw. And I think that a lot of people who I met over the course of the campaigns, both of them who supported Donald Trump, who went to his rallies, they were horrified too. That did not represent the majority of the 74 million people who voted for Donald Trump. No.
If the election were held today, right now, I think it would be a bigger landslide than anyone could expect. Huge.
Yeah, and I think the shock and horror at what people saw transpire in the Capitol has the chance to bring people together, to say that is not who we are. This is not the direction of the country. And I supported Donald Trump, people can say, but I didn't support that. So I think there's a chance that you will see people, look, there's always going to be the diehards out there, but I think there's a chance that this helps bring people to their senses.
That's a great point. The drumbeat for the 25th Amendment being enacted and the removal of the president, or articles of impeachment, or either one of those two things, are either of them a reality at this point, or is it just a countdown for 13 days or whatever it is to get him out? Just survive it.
I think it's a countdown. The 25th Amendment's not going to happen. No. There have been serious discussions about it, which is amazing. Members of his cabinet have actually talked about declaring him mentally unfit. But it's too cumbersome. It would take too long. There would be legal challenges. It won't work. And as far as impeachment, there's a chance that the House tries to go forward with that. But look, there's 13 days left. It's not going to happen. I mean, he will serve out the rest of his term,
if the
unless
president
he decides
ordered
to resign, and there's no indication that's happening.
If the president ordered an invasion overseas, I have this feeling that the military would say no, which is breaking chain of command in a huge way. But I have a feeling they'd say no.
Well, you remember James Schlesinger, who was defense secretary for Richard Nixon, issued an order in the final days of the Nixon presidency that if he were to in any way try to launch a nuclear attack, first come to me and come to or go to Henry Kissinger. Don't follow the order until talking to us first. Now, Schlesinger was not in the chain of command, but he did that, and of course it never came to that. But I totally agree with you. I think if the president decided to launch some kind of a last-minute military attack, there would be a lot of people around him who are at the Pentagon and the military leadership who would not let that happen.
He would realize how fractured his power is very abruptly.
Absolutely.
John, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it always. You're the best.
All right, we'll see you up here hopefully soon, man.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.